Is it possible to feed a family of 4 for just $10 for one day? Let's find out. This is what I got. My total was $10.03. For breakfast, we have 6 eggs, an avocado, and an apple. For lunch, we are going to do half this bag of rice, carrots, and ground turkey, and then the other half a bag, meatballs, and these green beans. So that's the plan, and it is cheaper to buy things in bulk, but if you only have $10 and you're waiting for that paycheck, then this can get you by for a day. Like for example, it would have been cheaper per egg to buy 12, but for the purpose of doing $10 a day, I just got the half dozen. All right, I'm gonna start by making the eggs for breakfast. We have 6 eggs here. It's hot. So I've got my apple slices here. This is like the biggest apple I've ever seen. It's huge. All right, here's breakfast ready. These ones are for the adults and these ones are for the kids. The kids have 1 egg and the adults both have 2. And then avocado and apple. All right, I'm gonna start on lunch, and I'm just gonna use half of this bag of rice, which should be about 1.5 cups, because there should be about 3 cups in here. I've got my ground turkey browning here, and I've just taken 1 carrot from my bag of carrots and grated it, and I'm just going to add it in there. What I've decided to do is use 1 carrot and mix it in with the ground turkey, and then to season it, you can season it with whatever you like, but I think my family will eat it if it is seasoned with honey and garlic. Here's my honey. I've got my rice plated, and I just warmed up the can of green beans. So I'm just going to divvy that out. This is lunch, so I plated everything. I ended up adding more seasonings to the ground turkey. I added ginger, salt, pepper, and a little bit of coconut aminos. I have found with the ground turkey that it needs to be seasoned heavily because it doesn't quite have as good of a flavor as ground beef. If you had sesame seeds or green onions to add on top, then that would be really good too if you had some sitting in your pantry. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a great lunch. So I washed the carrots and cut them in half long ways, and then cut them about 1 inch. And then I added olive oil, salt, garlic powder, and pepper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and air fry these. I don't know how long it'll take, but I'm just gonna do the fries setting. I think it'll be done before then, so I'll probably check them in about 15 minutes. All right, so my rice is cooked and I'm adding this. I thought this was gonna be bigger. It's only 10 ounces, so for $3.50, I probably should have just gotten another thing of ground turkey, and it would have given me a little bit more money for maybe a few bananas for snacks during the day, and that would have been really helpful. Here it is plated. I was really worried it wasn't going to be enough food, but now that it's plated, I'm feeling better about it. I did have to add some salt and pepper and basil, some seasonings like that to the rice and meatball spaghetti packet mixture. But yeah, this is dinner. Okay, so can you feed a family of 4 for $10 a day? Sustainably for long term, I don't think so. If you need to do it once or twice to get to that next paycheck, that makes sense. But it was definitely difficult for my kids to not have snacks. They're used to eating like 2 or 3 pieces of fruit every day as snacks. What I would have done, I didn't really like those meatballs in the spaghetti sauce. I had to add a ton of seasonings to make it taste good. I would not buy those again. I would have just bought another pound of ground turkey and made my own meatballs. And then I would have had like $1.50 left. I could have bought some bananas. So I think if I was to try this again, I would probably go that route. So I think it's doable for a couple days, but to not have any fruit to snack on or any other kind of snacks, I just don't know if you could do it long term. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would love to hear what your budget is if you have a family of 4. So drop it in the comments. I'm so curious what everyone's monthly budget is. I have been doing $100 per week, so a little over $400 a month, and that has worked out really well. So yeah, tell me in the comments what your budget is for your family, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.